Do you know, is that fan too loud for you? That kitchen fan? I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn it down.
It's pretty loud.
Turn it off. Yeah, I'll turn it off. Whichever, thank you.
Turn it off. You put it on because it's warm in the kitchen.
Yeah. Much better. Now I don't have to shout. Okay, so let's start with cat and cow. So sitting cross-legged might not be as comfortable as legs straight out, but either way, whichever is more comfortable for you. And then sitting up nice and tall to start. And then we'll start with an exhale back to cat. So we'll drop the chin, tuck the tailbone, spine in the back. Inhale, reversely curve looking up. This is our cow. And just nice and slow, back and forth between the two. And again, we're not going full range. As we warm up, we can go maybe a little further each time, or just stay in that comfort zone. Excellent. Okay, so back to neutral. And then we're gonna do let's do our twist and then we'll do our lateral. So try and go even on both sides. If one side it's like a little tight, stop where it gets tight and then go to the other side. All right, so inhale nice and tall. Exhale, turn to the first side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the second side. And if you're finding a side that's tighter than the other, you can stay on that side a little longer and take an extra breath. Otherwise, if you're not tight or don't have any back issues, just back and forth, nice and slow. And then one more time each side. Excellent, back to center. All right, let's do our laterals next. So one hand comes down to the floor, inhale, this one arm up, and exhale back. Other side, inhale, and exhale. Excellent. One more time each side. Nice. And then back to neutral. All right. So we're going to do some forward folds to come back to symmetrical. So bringing the legs out in front. And then we're going to use our friend gravity. Inhale, arms up, and then exhale, fold forward just as far as is comfortable. So maybe not very far. Inhale, come back up. And then exhale again. Tap down wherever you're reaching. Inhale, bring it back up. And exhale, fold forward. Nice. Inhale, let's do it one more time. We're going to exhale, fold forward, grab the legs wherever we are reaching. Pull the chest forward and then exhale, round the spine, drop the chin. And again, just as far as is comfortable. Excellent. Arms over the legs. We're going to inhale, push the feet or the legs into the floor. Exhale and release. Nice. All right, so let's do our small joints next. So you can keep the legs out. We're going to do the ankles first, extending the heels towards away from the torso. Toes come back towards the body. Little bend in the knee, releasing any hyperextension. Excellent. And then when you're ready, we're going to point and flex. You can do 1 foot at a time, both together, opposites, whatever you like. Nice. All right, release that one. Let's do circles around. You can go opposite, together, 1 at a time. Awesome sauce. All right, and then supinate and pronate. So the sole of the foot comes towards the center, and then pinky toe back. So back and forth like that, together, or opposites. Do 1 at a time. Nice. Release that, and then we're going to finish off here with windshield wipers. Again, noticing that movement coming all the way up into that hip socket. Excellent. All right, release that. You can shake it out. You can keep the legs out straight, or if you prefer, you can cross the legs. And then let's come up to the wrists. So we're going to extend both arms out, tuck the thumb, wrap the fingers, and make circles with the wrists. Getting into the elbows and the shoulders. Excellent. All right, release that one. You can shake it out, and then palms together, interlace the fingers, and make figure eights. Pause here for a moment, pull the hands apart, switch fingers on top. Excellent, and let that go. All right, let's move up to the neck next. We'll do the shoulders, and then we'll do some more big body movement. All right, so the neck, we're gonna inhale. On the exhale, chin comes down to the chest. On the inhale, looking up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring it all the way back down. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, back down. Do that one more time. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale, all the way back down. Next, inhale back to neutral, and then we're going to go side to side. Exhale, ear to shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the first side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the second side. Nice. Inhale, center. One more time each side. Exhale back to the first side. If you want to bring that same arm out and over, resting on the opposite side of the head. Making space between the ear and shoulder. And then breathing into any tension that you're finding in the neck or the shoulder or the spine. Release that tension with the exhale. Excellent. And then when you're ready, we're going to release the head up, the inhale. Arm comes down, exhale to the other side. That arm can come out and over. Resting on that side of the head. Breathing into any tension that you're finding. then when you're ready, we're gonna release that. Inhale, head comes back, arm comes down. Next, one more with the neck. We're gonna go inhale, looking straight ahead, exhale to the side. Inhale, center, exhale, side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to the first side. Inhale, center, exhale to the second side. Nice. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, first side. Inhale, center. Exhale, second side. Inhale, back to center. And then let's move down to the shoulders. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, down and back. Excellent. Reverse direction. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, down and forward. Excellent. All right. And then a couple more direct in either direction or straight up and down. Excellent. All right, let's come up to hands and knees. All right, so the first thing we want to do is our cat and cow. So we're going to exhale cat, inhale cow, and just back and forth a couple times. Excellent. All right, from here, next thing we're going to do is spinal balance. So extend one foot back. You can start with toes on the floor or horizontal. Extend the opposite arm forward. Extending back through the heel, forward with the fingers. Excellent. And then release that side. Take a breath in the middle here. And then let's do the other side. Extend that leg back. You can touch the toes to the floor or leg horizontal to the floor. Extending back with the heel, forward with the fingers. Excellent. And then release that side. Let's do we do a plank. So, options for the plank. If you're not up for a full plank today, what you can do to kind of simulate it is walk the hands forward. So you're still on your knees, but you've got most of your body weight on your front legs. Otherwise, we're gonna walk the feet back, land to the toes. And keep the shoulder, the hips, and the heels all in a nice straight line. Take one more breath. And then come down to the knees. And release. All right, let's do a cat-cow child's pose. So we'll start with our cat. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And then exhale, cat down to child's pose. If you're not doing child's pose, you can do puppy pose instead. And then inhale, coming back up. Exhale, cat down to child's pose. And you can stay in puppy or child's pose at any point. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, down. do one more round and then we'll pause in our child's pose. Exhale, dip. So you can bring the big toes together, knees can come out wide, make a little room for the belly, or staying up in puppy pose. Excellent. From here, we're going to come back to table and then work up into our downward facing dog. So if downward dog's not in your practice today, you can come up to a forward fold or standing. Otherwise, we're going to walk the hands forward a little bit. Curl the toes. On the inhale, lift the hips up. And then let's do a couple things here. Walk the dog, bend one knee, extend the opposite heel towards the floor. Another option, you can come up and down on the toes. Another option is bending the knees and bringing the knees towards the floor. Excellent. And then we're going to straighten the legs. Look up at the hands and walk the feet forward, or look back at the feet and walk the hands back. Take a moment in our forward fold. Arms come out to the side, bend the knees, inhale. Arms coming all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Excellent. Okay, so we made it. And if you guys need a water break at any time, go ahead and take it. It's too humid out not to, because we're not sweating properly, so we need to make sure we stay hydrated anyway. All right, let's do our moving balance first. So we're gonna start with palm tree pose, and if you want, you can do just the feet, or just the arms, or put it all together. And every day is different. Balance might be great today, or it might not be. That's okay. That's why it's a practice, not a perfect. And one more. Nice. And release. Okay, let's do the other one, our Karate Kid Flying Crane. And let's do original this morning. So hands start in the center. You're bringing the hands out to the side. One knee comes up, and then back down. And then other side. And back down. And let's do one more time each side. Nice. All right, so next we want to come into our Warrior One. So let's start with turning one foot out. We'll step the first foot forward. And before we do the knee, let's do the foot. So we're gonna lift the toes up, spread them out, and then set them down. And you can play with putting one down at a time. Excellent. And then let's do the arches. So we're gonna engage that inner arch, and then relax it. And then engage that outer arch, and relax it. Nice. All right, now let's do the knees. So we're gonna inhale, straight leg, exhale, bend. Excellent. And then push off, step back or step the back foot forward. Turn that foot out, second foot comes forward. Inhale, straight leg, exhale, bend. Oh, sorry, forgot the whole foot thing. Hold up. All right, lift the toes up, just in a groove. All right, so lift the toes up, spread them out, and then one toe down at a time. Or something like that. Awesome. Set the toes down, and then we're going to activate that inner arch. And then relax. And then the outer arch. And then relax. Nice. All right, now let's do the knee. Inhale, straight leg. Exhale, bend. And then push off, step back or step that back foot forward. And then let's add the arms. So we'll turn that foot out. First foot comes forward again. And let's do cactus arms. All right, so here we go. If you have a different style you like better, you're more than welcome to do that one. Otherwise, here we go. Inhale, bend at the elbows, and then exhale back. Excellent, and one more. Nice. All right, switch legs. And here we go on this side. Inhale. And exhale. Nice, and one more. Awesome. All right, set the feet back together. And we have not done this in a hot minute, but let's do a mountain pose. All right, so big toes you can start with big toes together, do hip width, do wider, whatever your balance feels like today. So let's start with soften the knees, neutral pelvic tilt. And then so the sternum, breastbone all the way down to here. So that point down here, we're gonna send that down, we're gonna send the top up. So we're opening up the rib cage up at the top. And then clavicle goes out, or the collarbone, or shoulder blades come together on the back body. Palms can face forward or towards each other. And I'll just take a few breaths here. Root the feet into the earth. Crown of the head towards the sky. Just kind of notice what's going on where. Excellent. All right, release your mountain pose. Let's do something fun, and then we'll do our warrior two. So let's do half sun salutation, but we'll go slow since it's hot and humid out. Well, it's not as hot, but it's still humid. Okay, so here we go. So we'll start with the hands at the heart. We're gonna drop the hands down, arms come up. Exhale, arms out to the side, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, arms out to the side, push the feet in. Inhale, all the way up. Palms together, exhale, hands to heart. And again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, arms come out, inhale all the way. Palms together. Exhale, hands to heart. So one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, arms come out, inhale. All the way up, palms together. Exhale. Hands to heart. Nice. All right. Let's do our warrior two. So back foot's at 90 degrees-ish, hands at the heart, throw the arms up, bend that front knee over that front ankle. Soften the shoulders, extend up to the fingers. Excellent. And then let's do our two add-ons. Do side angle pose, bend the elbow, forearm comes to that front thigh. This backhand could be on the hip, up towards the ceiling or overhead. Excellent. And then we're going to inhale, windmill around to peaceful warrior. Check that front knee, see if it's bent again. Nice. Exhale, side angle pose. And inhale, peaceful warrior. Nice. One more time through. Exhale, side angle pose. And inhale, peaceful warrior. Excellent. We'll come back to warrior two. And then drop the arms and step the feet back together. Excellent. Switching sides. Hands at the heart, arms open, bend that front knee. Soften the shoulders. Excellent. And then we're going to bend that front elbow, side angle pose. This backhand can be on the hip, up towards the ceiling or overhead. And we're going to inhale, windmill around to peaceful warrior. And exhale back to side angle pose. Again, inhale, peaceful warrior. And one more time through, side angle pose. And inhale, peaceful warrior. Excellent, back to warrior two. And then we'll drop the arms and step the feet back together. Excellent, feet get tired, you can shake them out. We'll take a water break. Alright, so I feel like, let's see, we're gonna do high lunge and then triangle. Alright, so options with the high lunge, so you can step forward into it, or you can lift that knee up and step back into it. Either way, whatever you like. Alright, so we'll do each side 3 times. So here we go. So we're gonna either step forward or step back and then lift the arms up. So that back foot, you can be up off of the heel or the heel can be down in that center. Front knee is bent. And then we're gonna exhale and come back. Again, inhale, up to high lunge. And then exhale back. And one more time. Excellent. And then done on that side. All right. Let's do the other side. Excellent. And done. All right. Triangle. Turn yourself 1 foot forward. Back foot is 90 degrees-ish, similar to Warrior Two, but we're going to keep that front knee mostly straight. Do the hands at the heart, arms open out to the side. We're going to extend forward with that front arm, lock them in place, and then tic-tac the arms wherever you reach. I know we don't have blocks, so you don't have to go down as far. And we'll just take a breath or so here. And then when you're ready to come up, lay on that invisible rope. And then we'll drop the arms, and bend that front knee, and step the feet together. Alright, so other foot comes back. Hands to the heart, arms open out to the side. You're going to extend forward with that front arm, lock them in place, and then tic-tac the arms. Take a couple breaths on this side. You can bend that knee as much as you like, or as little as you want. All right, when you're ready to come up, we're going to grab that invisible rope, pulling my back up, and drop the arms, bend that front knee, and step the feet together. Awesome. All right, shake it out. So let's do, we're going to do squat folds, and then we're going to come down onto the floor and do some hip stuff, because sometimes with the backs, all kinds of things can happen, but you can have tight hamstrings or tight hips, and that can affect the spine too. So sometimes it feels nice to work with those areas as well. So what did I just say? Squat. Okay. So let's do this. So we're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. You can bend the knees as much or as little as you want. And then we're going to inhale, bring it back up. And then you can bring the hands together. Exhale, down to a squat, just as far as you like. Inhale, back up. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, squat. Inhale, up. And then last round, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, last squat. So you can inhale, come back up, and then come and sit on the floor, or if you want to do an extended squat. And then whenever you're ready, come and sit on the floor. All right, so let's start with our open and closed twist. So we're gonna bend that right knee, right foot comes into the floor. Left arm is extended over that left leg. Inhale, reach up, feel that extension in the spine. Exhale in front of or behind that right knee. Right hand is behind the spine, pushing in, and then exhale, turn and look towards that back wall. Take a few breaths here. Excellent, and then unwind. Left arm over that left leg again. Gaze follows the thumb. Inhale, open twist. Excellent. Let's bring that arm back and switch sides. Extend that right leg, right arm. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Feel that extension in the spine. Exhale, in front of or behind that left knee. Left hand pushing in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, turn and look towards that back wall. Excellent. And then unwind back to center. center, right arm over that right leg again. Gaze follows the thumb. Inhale, open twist. Excellent. Exhale, bring it back to center and release. All right. Let's see. Okay. So we're going to lean back on the arms. Knees are bent, feet out in front, and we're just going to do some nice little windshield wipers here. Excellent. Okay, release that one. And then we're going to bring the feet up to the top of the mat. Hands on the knees, and then rolling back onto the spine. Excellent. First thing we're going to start with is our one-legged Apanasana. So exhale, one knee into the chest. Inhale, foot to the floor. Second side, exhale, knee in. Inhale, foot to the floor. Excellent. Finish off evenly. Or one more time each side. And then let's go ahead and do our bridge pose series. So we're going to start with arms down by your side. You're going to line up the knees, the heels, and the hip joints. Arms can be down by your side, or you can do robot arms, elbows bent, fingers point up towards the ceiling. And here we go. So we're going to inhale, push the feet into the floor, lift the hips up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bring them back down. Excellent. And again, inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, push the feet in, lift the hips up. And exhale, release. Excellent. All right, next round we're going to add the arm movement. So we're going to inhale, lift the arms, lift the hips, arms come up overhead. And then exhale, arms down, hips down. Again, inhale, arms up, hips up. Exhale, arms down, hips down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms up, hips up. Exhale, arms down, hips down. Nice. All right. Next round, we're going to add an extra breath. And here we go. So we're going to push the feet in. Inhale, lift the arms up, hips come up. On your next exhale, release just the hips. Take another inhale. Exhale, arms down by your sides. And again, inhale, arms up, hips up. Exhale, release just the hips. Take another inhale. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms up, hips up. Exhale, release just the hips. Take another inhale. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Excellent. Okay, we're going to do one more round. Arms stay down by your side. We're going to inhale, lift the hips, and then come up on the toes. Knees go out wide, and then knees come together. Hips come down, and then heels come down. All right, let's do that again. Inhale, lift the hips up. Coming up on the toes. Knees go out. knees come in. Exhale, hips down and heels down. And one last time, inhale, lift the hips up on the toes, knees go wide, knees come in. Exhale, hips down and heels come down. Excellent. All right, so let's bring the knees in for regular Apanasana. Exhale, knees in, inhale, knees out. Excellent. Next time your knees come in, exhale. And then on the inhale, feet up towards the ceiling, arms overhead. You can point and flex the feet. And then exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. Excuse me. Inhale, open. Feet come up to the ceiling, point and flex. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. And again, inhale, open, point and flex. Exhale, bend the knees, hands to knees. Excellent. Option here to roll side to side. Some people like it, some people don't. Option to do that. And then we're going to bring the feet down to the mat. Left foot comes into the center of the mat, arms come out to a T. We're going to cross that right leg over the left and drop both knees over towards the left. And you can turn your head left, center, or right. Excellent. Inhale, bring both knees back up to center. Keep the cross and then drop both knees to the right. And the head can switch left, center, or right. Excellent. Inhale, both knees to center. Uncross. Right foot comes to the center. Left leg over the right. We're going to drop both knees over towards the left. And the head can look left, center, or right. Excellent. We're going to inhale both knees to center and then drop them over towards the right. The head can look left, center, or right. Excellent. Both knees come up to the center. I'm going to uncross. And then from here, let's do some windshield wipers. So arms out to the side, knees are bent, feet in the mat, and then side to side with the knees. Excellent. From here, we're going to do our 3 directions with the legs. So left knee is bent, left foot on the mat. We're going to bring that right foot up towards the ceiling, wrapping the hands behind that right thigh. If you have a strap handy, you could also do a strap if you like that better. I didn't get a chance to get them out. And then we're going to do 3 times towards the chest. On the exhale, bring that leg in towards the chest. Inhale, release it back out. And again, exhale, bring it in. Inhale out. And one more time. Exhale in. Inhale out. All right, so we're gonna bring that left arm out to the side, and we're gonna drop that right leg over towards the right side of the floor. So our exhale, inhale, bring it back up. Exhale out to the side. Inhale up. And exhale out. Exhale. Inhale, bring it up. We're gonna move that left leg out of the way and cross the body with the right leg to the left side of the floor. Excellent. Inhale, bring it back up to center. Both knees are bent, both feet come into the mat. And then let's do the left leg. Left foot up towards the ceiling, hands behind that thigh. On the exhale, bring that leg in towards the chest. Inhale, back out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, out. And one more time. Exhale, leg in. Inhale, out. Right arm out to the side, left leg over towards the left side of the floor. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, out. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, out. Nice. One more time, inhale, up. And exhale, out to the side. Nice. Inhale, bring that leg up to the center, move that right leg out of the way, and then cross the body with the left leg to the right side of the floor. Excellent. Inhale, bring that leg back up to center. Both knees are bent, both feet come into the mat. And then let's do the fourth option with this, which is basically pigeon pose, but on our backs. So we're gonna take the left foot or left ankle and bring it onto the top of that right thigh. And take the left hand and push that left knee away from the chest. Right hand can be on that right hip to keep the pelvis flat. Excellent. Release that, and then three options here. You can stay right here. You can grab that right knee and bring it in, or send that right foot up towards the ceiling and wrapping the hands behind that right thigh for our upside down number 4. Excellent. Release that foot down to the floor. Other foot comes down, and then let's do the other side. Right foot or right ankle comes onto that left thigh. Left hand on that left hip, right hand on that right hip. Open up that pelvic bowl, pushing that right knee away. Excellent. Release that. You can stay right here and draw that left knee in, or that left foot can come up towards the ceiling. Hands behind that left thigh. Excellent. We're going to release that left foot down to the mat. Right foot comes down to the mat. And then let's do a little wide-legged Apanasana, so the knees are nice and wide here. Exhale, knees in. Inhale, knees out. Awesome sauce. All right, feet come down to the mat, and then we're going to extend both legs all the way straight out. And we're going to do our crescent pose, or some people like to call it banana asana. So we're going to walk both feet over towards the left, and then we're going to bring the arms up overhead to the floor above you and walk the arms over towards the left. So we've got a nice big stretch on that right side body. If you want to increase the tension here, you can cross that right ankle over the left and grab the right wrist with the left hand. So we're going to take 3 breaths here on this side into that right side body. First one into the rib cage. Inhale and exhale. Second breath from that right shoulder to the right hip. Inhale. Exhale, hip to shoulder. And last breath on this side from fingers to toes. Inhale down that right side body. Exhale, toes to fingers. Excellent. Uncross, ungrab, walk back to center, give it a nice good morning stretch. Heels and fingers away from each other. And then we're gonna walk it over towards the right. Walk the legs over, walk the arms over. You can stay right here or add a little. Cross the left leg over, or cross the left ankle over the right ankle. And grab that left wrist with the right hand. 3 breaths on this side. Inhale into the left rib cage. And exhale. Left shoulder to left hip. Inhale. Exhale, hip to shoulder. And one more breath here. Fingers to toes. Inhale. All the way down that left side body. Exhale, toes to fingers. Gonna release, come back to center, give it one more good morning stretch. And then on your next exhale, arms come down by your side. And then let's finish off with our palm tree pose arms. Legs can be out straight or knees bent, feet in the mat. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, arms back down by your sides. Inhale, up, and exhale, down. Excellent. Finish the one you're on and do 2 more. Excellent. Release the legs and the feet away from each other. Arms down by your side and then away from the torso. Getting ready for our final relaxation pose. I'm going to sit up so you can hear me better. Getting any last little wiggles out. Maybe you want a sweatshirt on. So it cools down a bit sometimes. Starting at the feet, working our way up. Relax the toes. Relax the tops of the feet, the soles of the feet, and the heels. Release the ankles. Relax the calves and shins. Release the knees and the space behind the knees. Relax the tops of the thighs and the backs of the thighs. Let the pelvis be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the abdomen. Release the rib cage and let go of breath. Let the shoulders be heavy and sink into the earth. Relax the upper arms, elbows, and lower arms. Release the wrists. Relax the hands, fingers, and palms. Relax the throat and the back of the neck. Release the jaw. Smooth the forehead and face. Let any last thoughts about the top of the crown of the head. Let the earth's gravity hold you. Let the air around you breathe you. Take the next few moments and just be. Gently coming back into awareness. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle your fingers. If you'd like, you can roll your head side to side. When you're ready, and with an inhale, rolling over onto your right or left side. When you're ready, and again with an inhale, pushing up to a comfortable seated position. And to bring breath back into the body and find us safely on our way, let's finish with sun breath number 2. It's this one, inhale, open, exhale, closed. 3 times, ready, here we go. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. And again, inhale, open. Exhale, closed. And one more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Hands together, back at the heart, and namaste.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, gang.